Welcome to The Brush Up, real talk from real users of all things makeup. So today it's Valentine's Day and we are talking about our Valentine's looks. Ladies, welcome. Thank you for being here. Olivia, I want to know what looks we're working with for Valentine's Day.
Right, so there's a look that I love and it's by a makeup artist called Sophie Russell. So it's this one, guys.
Love.
So it's very editorial. So we've got a smoky liner, we've got a nice bit of blush. It's very highlighted. We've got a bright red lip, but I love the little pearl hearts that we have.
I'm here for a pearl.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
What are they? Are they stuck on or is it drawn?
They look like they've been
Stuck.
Yeah, they have. But they look like they've been sort of bought as a heart shape rather than
self-adhesive.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how long that would take?
I know.
Individually.
Yeah, and she's got a really full brow, nice and natural. Yeah, I love it. Really fluffy eyelashes.
The hair looks great with it as well, like
Slick.
just that completely
Yeah.
the look.
Yeah, so I feel like it being like slick back puts the makeup in focus, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the star.
It's one of those things that
Yeah.
if anyone tries to do with my hair, it doesn't really work because it's just so massive. It's like, okay, the slicking back job will take an hour in itself. Amazing. Lauren, what about you?
So, my first look will be from Amy Powell. So we know Amy.
Yeah, we know personally, like she's made that.
So I'm thinking like a real natural look for Valentine's Day.
Right.
Only because like, I think if you have natural, like obviously Valentine's Day you're with a guy and like, you know what's gonna go down. So, a nice natural fluffy brow, dewy skin, natural lip, because you don't want to get like red swin everywhere, you know.
Looking like the Joker
When
at the
you're
end of the
drinking
night.
your wine. Yeah, so Amy's my go-to look.
Great. And is it kind of like lashes, no lashes? Like,
No, everything's natural.
All
All
natural.
lashes, natural brows, natural lips.
any
Oh,
top
yeah.
tips for natural looks? Like, is there anything that you...
Just enhance what you've got, really. Just add a little bit of shade. Nice moisturizer. Amy's very much about skin. Like, I love how she makes her skin flawless. So she's like the totally opposite of me. Like, I just like dramatic, go all out there, and she just makes everything just look.
I love that though, because you can appreciate like what someone else
Yeah.
is doing that's totally different to you. Because
So that
just a
would be
skill.
my go-to.
Nice. I'm going to check that out. I haven't. Amy Powell, everyone. All right, great. Latifah, what about you?
Hey girl.
Hey.
So, very last minute, I was checking out these looks and I'm all for a red eye at the moment. Like, I love a little bit of glitter, a little bit of red, just so the girls can see. Just like a nice little
yeah.
red smoke. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just gravitating towards red, and with it being Valentine's Day, like, you gotta have that look, haven't you? And for me as well, personally, like, I can't wear a red lip, and I'd love to wear a red lip, but it's just because I'm just so, like, I'm constantly touching my face and I'm messing about, and I always look like the Joker by the end of the night. So a nice beat eye, natural lip for me. But,
I like
yeah.
it. I like it. It's also like a nod to, in keeping with the themes, it's like a little bit of pink, a little bit of red.
Yeah.
But just maybe not on the place that you're going to be eating loads of food or potentially drinking loads of wine.
It's nice.
Yeah, it looks really good. And how long like should it take to do a nice beat eye, as you say?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Like, realistically, if I'm doing it on somebody else, like, you have a time limit. And like, eye-wise, I'm looking at like 30 minutes. Do you know what I mean? If I want to get a really nice blend on there. But for myself, I could take as long as possible. Like, if I tell my boyfriend I've got 3 hours to kill, I will spend 3 hours on that blend. Like, I'll just keep on going. But yeah, like, it's funny. I just don't think like you should overcomplicate it. Like, that's the main thing for me. It's like, do what you can. Do you know what I mean? With your time, like, don't panic over it.
Yeah, and any like favourite kind of eyeshadow palettes or anything that we should have a look at if we're going to get those pinks? Like, is there any colours that you've seen that you really like?
I really like, well, my kind of go-to palette is my James Charles Artistry palette, and it's just because it's my go-to for everything. Like, if you're doing a beat colour look, even if you're doing a natural look, it has everything in there. So it's just my go-to. But Morphe just brought out a new palette. Well, it might be out for a month or so now. Hit the Lights, I think it's called, and it has a lot of like nice kind of glittery looks in there as well. Like, it's smoky, glittery, but then there's like lots of nice reds and things in there. Yeah, they're kind of like my go-to for my reds anyway. What I'm on the watch for.
I like it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely put like blusher on my eyes before because I've been like, I want to do that, but I don't have the palette. And then I'm randomly in London. I've just been there like the whole day, and I'm like, oh god, I look terrible. So then I just go for like pink eyes with blusher. It's fine. It's gonna work. So yeah, I don't think I'm as expert, but I'm definitely I'm taking notes on all these names. Like, okay. So Valentine's Day, obviously it's a big time of year for most of the lovers, and it's a societal thing. It's it's like Easter, Valentine's Day, Christmas. We've got like big impact, and date night is a big thing. So we go to restaurants, or where do we go? What do we do? I think when we're looking at our makeup, it's thinking about do's and don'ts. So we've got some ideas of where we could go. We could go really like editorial, or we could go really simple, or we could go a little bit something shocking, something that we didn't really expect, but kind of funky, right? So do's and don'ts, that's what I'm going to ask next. We'll start with you, Latifah, this time.
Yeah, sure.
So what could we do to help us with Valentine's looks?
I mean, like for me, it just comes down to your skill set and your time. Like even the most professional makeup artists, like we're always rushing around, like, and we don't even give ourselves nearly enough time to do anything. So when you're just getting ready for date night, if you've got an hour, you need to know your limits. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, just like talking to people who who are not necessarily makeup artists, who just makeup enthusiasts or even novices, look, like work with what you've got, like enhance what you've got. Like if you want to go like, I don't know, if you want to go super creative or super crazy, maybe not use it on Valentine's night, because there's nothing worse than like trying something new for the first time, wanting your man to like love your look. And
all of a sudden you're going to that restaurant that like you've never been to as well, so you're like, it's a big deal. Like the last thing you want to do is be like, wear the shoes that you've never worn and try out the makeup that you've never done, as well as change your hair and like try out these new colours that you've had for like ages sitting in the back of your closet, and then you're like, oh my god, I look like a car crash. So
an avatar.
An avatar, yeah. So go work with what you've got. I like that. And in terms of work with what you've got, are you talking about just like facial features? Are you talking about your like equipment, or like brushes, or everything?
Yeah, I mean a little bit of everything really. Like say, if you're being creative, I wouldn't super splash out for like Valentine's night, but for me, I always think a classic look is key. Like if you can't like bring like a like a super smoky effect, a really nice eyeliner and a red lip goes a long way. And like it's such a simple thing.
But don't wear red lip if you're not a red lip person.
Yeah,
like if you're a Latifah, and gets it everywhere. Because all my friends, like, we're on a night out, and then I'll turn around and go, why have you got red on your forehead? Like, why is it here? Like, don't do that.
You know what? You're totally right. And if you're saying like know yourself, it is true, because there'll be instances where like I'm wearing red lips now, like it's fine because it's Valentine's Day, but we're chilling. If it got to the end of the night, like everyone would know that I was wearing red lips because I ended up like kissing everyone, and then it's like, and
it's in your eyebrows, down here. Yeah.
Sorry, everyone that I've kissed and snogged by accident. Not just that, not just random men, but like all of my friends. You know who you are. Like literally, my friends who are a couple are like, we always know when we've been on a night out with you because both of us have red, like or red or pink lipstick like on our cheeks, and I'm like, it's a loving time.
Those got to spend the next day as well. It's the worst.
I know, the worst if it doesn't come off as well. Like we use this like proper stay matte like Rimmel, like I think it's Rimmel or Maybelline red lips that our makeup artist at work uses, and it literally will stay until the next day. It's so hard to get off. So yeah, do's there from Latifah are basically work with what you've got. I really like that top tip. Okay, so Lauren, what are your top tips? What should we do for Valentine's Day?
I would probably say similar to Latifah, like keep it very like natural and don't overdo it. With the don'ts, I would say don't like overdo the whole outfit, hair and makeup. It's like too like we get it so wrong as women. Like we think, oh, guys like big, they like the hair. No, they don't. They like really simple. They like to see sexy. They don't want to see like drag queen walking in like falling over in the heels and stuff like that. So I would keep it very simple. Like if you're doing a bold eye, very neutral lip, or the opposite way around. I wouldn't go bold.
I think it can just scare people off a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Like, and especially if it is a date situation.
Yeah,
Like,
and if you're doing a bold lip as well, I would say get something stain,
Yeah.
you know, so it's not
Setting.
smudged.
Yeah, the setting is important.
I wouldn't have anything with a moisture. Gloss is just gonna come off.
Yeah.
All the kissing and stuff, you know.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You end up all around the glass, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, this is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really great tip, and I think it's a classic. It's a girl code thing, right? Since I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I was at school, we had a bit of a rule, and this is like hilarious. But if you had your hair down, you could wear like darker tights, and if you had your hair up, you'd wear like a nude leg. And it's like this is like secret girl code, but that is a top tip, and one that's really easy to forget when you're trying to impress and you're nervous, or you don't really know where you're going, or you never know, they might be like maybe proposing to you on Valentine's Day or something, and you've got that in the back of your mind, and then you go, oh my god. Yeah, so it's I think it's really good advice. Keep it simple, choose one thing, one bold area. So eyes, hair, clothes, shoes, whatever it is.
Oh, do you know what? Another one as well for me is, and I don't know about you guys, but like my skin type, like I get so oily, and in any situation where I'm slightly nervous or I'm a bit rattled, like my skin will just like pour water out of it, right? It's ridiculous. And like, so Valentine's night, you know, you might be meeting a new guy, you might be like here to be impressed, and for me, use a good primer, because if you know you're going to be oily that night, you know, for me I'm just like a really good primer, a good cleanse first, a really nice primer.
I just can imagine you like all this water like squirt like a cartoon character. You know. Yeah. You know when you have the tears out, right? Yes, alright.
I feel like that would be a really good animation, wouldn't it? Just like girl on a night out, like all of this that can be really visual. It's like seeing a girl.
That's what's going through my head now.
Someone looking completely normal, just like sat at the dressing table, and then all of a sudden just seeing them go into the states of disarray. Like as the night goes on, it's like, oh my god, too much makeup, too much time doing that thing. Get to the place, sweating like anything. What primer do you use?
Do you know what? I use a couple of different ones, depending on what my skin's like at the time. But one of my favourite primers, you know, it's only a Rimmel, like it's like a little Rimmel primer, and it's a mattifying primer. And that's what I need for situations like that. I need something that's mattifying. But I've got some primers as well that I use where they'll have like a shimmer in them, or they'll have like a dewy glow skin, and I can only really use them when I know I'm not gonna be in a crazy situation, because my face has its own dew anyway, so I don't need it.
The thing is, like, I don't know who this is appropriate for, but basically I'm talking about people like me who don't know that much about makeup. Like, what is the purpose of a primer? Like why? Like, obviously you said then just like mattifying in some instances, but why do you use it? Like, what does it maximize?
Yeah, well,
primers are for all different things. If you have red blemishes, you have a primer for that. If you have oily skin, you have a primer for that. If you have dry skin, primer for that. Like, it's just basically like if you're painting a house, you put the coat on before the, you know.
Yeah, just gives you a nice base.
Yeah, so don't just waste all your paint straight away. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, nice. Because like I have a few, and I feel like I only use them like sort of again in this same situation when it'd be like, oh right, I want to look really nice, so I'll use that thing that I don't use all the time, but then it's like, okay, actually I don't 100% know what the outcome of it's going to be. So yeah, it's actually really
it all depends on the look that you're going for.
Yeah,
so if you want that matte look, dewy look, like all depends. Like sometimes I don't even use a primer, I'll just use moisturizer, like coconut oil or serum. Like it depends what you want to go for.
Yeah, just want a bit of moisture. Okay, so thanks girls. So we've got our do's and our don'ts, which is like, keep it to one area maybe. If it's like a big night, that's really great, and also work with what you've got. So Olivia, what about you?
So I sort of think for Valentine's Day you've got to have a red lip, and I know that Latifah was like I can't do a red lip, but there's so many different colours out there. So you've got like your orange reds, your blue reds, and I think that everyone can pull off a red lip. You just need to find that colour that suits you.
Yeah.
You can pull it off. It's just
I look awful in an orange red, horrible. But in more like a blue red, then I can sort of pull it off. But I wouldn't have ever wore like a red lip before like a couple of weeks ago. I tried it and I was like, oh, it actually look okay. But
What is this fear around it though? Because there is a bit of a fear.
It is. It's definitely a fear.
I don't know if it's because like, I mean, you know, a lot of the work that I do is like sort of evening performance, and like that's something that I know a lot of, like we have makeup artists that do our looks there, and quite often a red lip is a staple for us because it just looks really good on stage and it looks really good in lights. So I think that sort of eliminated the fear for me a long time ago. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
It's a statement. It's like it draws you to the lips. It's like if you had a red dress on, you go straight to the body.
Right,
like, so with the lip, it's like you're going straight to the mouth, like forgetting everything else, and it's straight there. Guys probably like that, but I don't know.
Come to my lips. Come to my lips.
Yeah.
Hypnotising you, man.
Yeah, but I'm literally exactly the same. Like, I think if you've got a red lip, you don't want to go OTT on the eyes. Like, I'll usually just put like a bit of bronzer through my crease, like, and then maybe a tiny bit of a gold pigment in the inner corner, you know, just to make it pop. But I never go OTT on my eyes if I do a red lip.
Right, okay.
Never.
It's about that balance. It's kind of similar to what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, make a choice, make a statement if you want to, but don't make it everywhere.
Choose your statement.
Yeah, statement is a bit too much. Okay, I really like that. Well, we're kind of at a point where it's like, okay, Valentine's looks. You've got your ideas. You've got your ideas for face. I wonder like how much you consider working with like the whole image. So is it like when you're working with makeup, are you ever thinking about how you're going to do the hair first, or in what order do they come in? Like for you, is it always start with makeup and then add the clothes, add the hair?
I think it depends how you feel on that day. So you could go and buy a dress and the dress is like amazing, but if you feel rubbish and you try that dress on, the dress is whack. Like you're like so then you have to do your makeup, then your hair, then put the dress on, and then it's like alter ego, Sasha Fierce just comes out. And
that's true. Definitely.
It's always hard that way round as well though, because then it's like, oh my god, I don't want to ruin the dress with my makeup or whatever. But yeah, it's good to start there first, right?
You have to get yourself prepared, like. So you turn into a different person once you've got your hair and makeup on. Like I'm a newborn mole without lashes, and then as soon as I put lashes on, I'm like, I can't live without lashes.
Good to go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously lashes is like a massive craze like right now, and I know it sounds a bit like I feel about 50 saying that, but like but it is a bit of a craze, and it's like also, you know, false lashes, like you can put them semi-permanent, is like they're the only ones I use like when I'm hosting or doing different events or things, and really it's down to like the makeup artist who will be like, yeah, you need a lash, and then I'm always like, oh my god, I do look great with the lash. but I wouldn't naturally always think about doing it. It's more about like, I'm the kind of person that needs to get up and out and go, but I know that there's different alternatives to how you can like wear lashes now, because obviously you can get implants, or you can have like just the ends, or you can put on ones that will last like longer than just a day. So like, what's your preference? What do you recommend?
Lashes.
Mine are like bigger, better, longer. When I go and get my lashes done, I get full on Russians. The longest she's got, like now, I've got Russians and lashes on top because I need mine doing. So like lashes are a big thing for me.
Right.
And literally, like if I don't have them on, I don't want to leave my house. Like I feel disgusting. But like honestly, but with my lashes on, I can happily have no other makeup on.
Right.
If you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy as long as I've got my lashes on, I'm good to go. Like I don't usually wear like makeup for work and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just because I can't really be bothered. I love doing other because I'm doing other people's.
You do it that often, then you just like, do I want to do my own face?
It's like I go to work and I'll do people's makeup, and it's like, it's just like another face to do that I can't be bothered.
I just find that when you're working with somebody, if you're a blank canvas, then they can't really judge what they're gonna get done. Sometimes like, so if you was to come into my chair and I had my makeup done, now you're like, don't want it like that. You know, like you're looking at me like, oh, look at her bold eyebrows, or I don't like that. Whereas if I'm a blank canvas, then you're just like, oh, can you do this? You're not looking at me as if
I see.
Like this is what you're gonna look like.
Because I do my makeup totally different to how I do somebody else.
Same.
Oh, and I've always loved that as well, because like, you know, it's just like a classic. It would be like an experiment, but like just going off the back of like what you've recommended as looks that you like for Valentine's Day, like if you have someone's face here to do right now, you would each interpret it differently, and
Yeah,
that's the art form, right?
Yeah.
And then you can end up looking so different, and that's why I love getting my makeup done, because I'm like, oh my god, wow.
And I always say to someone, like, I'll always go, like, you'll
Love
feel
it.
weird at first, because I feel like people look in the mirror and they're like, oh my god, like, who's that? And I'll be like, you'll feel weird.
Yeah.
But once they get used to it, they'll love it. Do you know what I mean? But at first we're a bit like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, in terms of lashes, I'm on the opposite end of the scale. I very rarely wear lashes. I'm wearing a lash today, but to be fair, like, I'll wear a strip lash and never get my lashes done, and never get Russian lashes and all this. And I think just because back in my day, I remember, like, when I started, like, experimenting, I was like 18, 19, and I went on a night out and I had, like, semi-permanents done, and then I ended up pulling them out because they felt too heavy on my face. So I pulled them out drunk, and then the next day I realised, like, I pulled a lot of my own lashes out as well. I was just like, and after that I've been like, no, I'll just, you know, if I'm feeling bougie, I might put a strip on at best.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, I think for me, I'm, you know, like, on one scale, I'm like really, like, I love to look great, and I love the whole, I love how visually you can make an impact as a woman. Like,
Yeah.
I really love that, like, power of, like, dressing and, like, beauty, and, like, you know, in a way, for me, it, like, embodies, like, expression.
Yeah, I think
So that's the same with makeup. Like, it's really nice when you get to, like, you know, draw out your eyes or your lips, or you know, whatever great features you have, like great skin. But then sometimes I'm like, I don't have time. And then, like, at lashes for me, I'm like, I don't know if anyone else out there is like this, but it's like, people are like, use tweezers, and I'm like, what? Like, I can't use the tweezer at the same time. Oh my god, it's like there's a little bit of a tomboy in me that's just like, no, that's too difficult. Like, if someone else can do it, then that's fine. All right, so it's challenge time. We're doing a quick fire quiz. Ooh. You are the lucky players. So answer as many questions as you can in the time limit. Obviously, try and get them right. Olivia, we're going to start with you. Ready? Okay. You ready, girl?
Yeah, I'm
All
ready.
Right, let's go. After cleansing and toning, what is the first step in a makeup routine? Is it moisturiser or foundation?
Moisturiser.
Correct. What does it mean if a product is hypoallergenic? Is it A, all natural products, or B, not likely to cause an allergic reaction?
Not likely to cause an allergic reaction.
Correct. 3, how often should you replace your mascara? Is it every 3 months or every 6 months?
3 months.
Correct. Number 4, what lipstick shades look best to hide discoloured teeth? Is it A, blue base and pink? Oh, 30 seconds is up. Okay, so you've got 3. Nice one.
3. Well done. Well done.
All right, we're going to move on.
Yeah, no pressure, girl.
How often should you clean your makeup brushes? A, every day, or B, every week?
A.
No, it's every week. It's B. All right, how often should you replace your lipstick? Every 6 months, every 3 months?
3. No, 6.
6. Okay, I'm going to... I feel like... Yeah, you said 6 months. Okay, so you've got 1 point. Which one of these products will even your skin texture? Is it primer or concealer?
Primer.
Correct. What is banana powder used for? Adding shimmer or setting makeup?
Setting makeup.
Correct! 2 points, 2 points.
Got it.
Okay.
No pressure.
No, sorry.
Everyone's perspiring, like, more primer, more primer.
I'm terrible. I'm here to win.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Latifah, let's go. What is the best way to deal with clumpy lashes? Do you A, use a tissue to remove the excess, or B, use cotton wool to gently swab the excess?
Swab, not tissue, stick it all over. Next.
Okay, great. Yeah, correct. 10, how often should you replace your beauty blender? Is it every 2 to 3 months, every 4 to 6 weeks?
The month's one.
The month's one is correct.
Yeah.
True or false? Something makeup lasts longer. Primer makes last longer. True or false? True or false? Shit, I don't know the answer to that.
It must make it.
Wait, who won?
Who got the most? What did you
You
do?
did. I won 3.
Oh,
Me too. Oh no, to be fair, I actually still don't know which was the right answer.
It will make it last longer.
I actually didn't even hear the question because I was just wanting to say an answer to you. Go on.
True or false? Primer makes makeup last longer.
Yeah.
It does, yeah, it
True.
does. True,
Yeah.
true.
So you said true. So actually, you're joined on 3.
I'm sure I won.
Hey, but I got 4 first round.
All
Did I
right.
win?
Well, that is literally all we've got the time for this Valentine's Day session
No.
at the Brush Up. Ladies, thank you so much for being here and for your
Thank
expertise
you.
and knowledge. Thank you to Copper and Blossom for having us. We will be back next week with some makeup tips, interests and ideas. If you've got any questions for the ladies on the panel, please subscribe below and don't be afraid to hit us up with a message. If you like it, let us know, because that's the best way that we can share what we're doing here. Otherwise, thank you. We'll see you soon with a brush up. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Hey. Shit, I don't know the answers now.